two. Wow. So part two of what we do. That's what this is going to be called. Let's let some people get on here. That's something I'm trying to build back and regain. And now that we got a little bit of time to do this, we can finish doing our shows and finish what we started. And that's what's good about it. Sometimes we take time out for the wrong reasons and we put those reasons ahead of what we should be doing. So we got a couple people on here now. To start off, guys, this is what we have to do before anything goes, any kind of operations or anything we do, anything. We have to understand what we're doing, what area we're in. So today, I brought the little guy with me. And this guy here, he was not a believer at first.
A converted troll.
You said it, not me. You said it. So
well, whenever you're wrong, you're wrong.
Look at this. Let me get in there. Oh, Lord. Look.
Whenever you're wrong, you're wrong. You have to admit your fault.
Notice the seatbelt. It don't even go around him. I mean, this is like, gosh. Literally, like, oh, my God. I mean, this seat, these cars are not made for people like this.
I have to crawl in.
I'm telling you, I almost had to take the back seat out just so we could go back far enough, literally. I mean, my God. No, you're not getting a sports car. So I didn't call him no names. He called himself a name. This is Tiny. I mean, Jamie. But I can't believe we did. You got to tell me where we're going. Don't say no secret name.
Go straight.
I'll show you. So that's what I'm saying. Now, this is fun, guys. And that is in Predator Hunter Nation. We want you guys joining us. That don't mean you have to drive miles and miles or hours and hours to get over here or to get over to where we're at. I mean, I drive a lot, but you don't have to.
Even on tips.
Even on tips, anything. If you think something's going on, if you see something, we do what? We say something, right? That's what it's all about. If you see something, say something. It's as simple as that. We want each and every one of you doing it for doing it for yourselves, doing it for God, doing it for the right reasons. We're not out here just picking on people. We don't do that, and we would never do that. We go out here and try to threaten no one, or
they do it to themselves.
They do it to themselves. But we do put out that profile on many different social media apps.
Exactly.
And when what they do with it, they do with it. And it's we do. Choice. It's one time. How many times do we offer this guy a chance to get away? I mean, I
don't know how many times. It's like 6 or 8 times.
We give them a chance. We say, hey, are you sure you want to meet up and you're okay with the age and all that? They don't see it that way. All they see is what's directly in front of them and what they think that they may be getting a chance at. That is the problem. When you get people who don't care about the law, who break the law, and who always are looking to do evil, they may not see it as it's being evil. They may not see it as it's being breaking the law. They may be accustomed to it. They may be grown into it. But the fact of the matter is, you cannot harm a child, because what that little embarrassment is going to get you, is nothing. Is nothing about what you're going to do to a child. That child is going to endure that for the rest of its life. Exactly.
Never forget it.
Never forget it. Grown men, it's hard for them to admit things have happened to them when they was a kid. It's really, really hard for them. It's not their fault. What happens when you're kids is not your fault. It's not your fault at all. It's sad and it's sick that there was some, and I call this demon that abused you, that took your innocence, that took that on very wrong. Now, we're not the status quo. We might hurt a few feelings here and there. I'm gonna get community standard or something, show his world, I'm holding it in. But I mean, look at this. This is a giant teddy bear. Look at him, he's smiling. Aww.
Oh, Ernie.
Shut your mouth. Anyways, so
kids come first in everything we do.
Exactly. Kids come first in everything we do. Everything we do. It don't matter. I'll give you an example. There was somebody needing help, and then we was working with someone else, and a few kids was involved in it. And as much as we wanted to help this person, we couldn't, because kids are in their motto. Kids are what it's all about. They're our future. If you put yourself in a situation, then the other person that didn't, or they have kids and they didn't want to be in that situation, but some way they found themselves in that situation, we have to help them first.
Yeah.
You know, we
that
always
don't mean we don't help
right.
this one over here either.
Right. But we always notify law
Kids,
enforcement. We talk to law enforcement all the time. All the time. And we won't. Okay, good. So I got you. So so we all the time we're communicating. Communication is the biggest thing. If you don't have communication, you don't have nothing. And then everybody ends up not on the same page of music, sheet of music, whatever you want to call it. But we have to be. And okay. So we always have to have that. Always.
Of course, we're going to have trolls and people that comes against us, but what they don't understand is we do it for the right reason.
Let me tell you.
It's for the kids.
Exactly. Jamie, let me tell you, he's on the watch list now. So he's starting to get community standards. Before he didn't. I've seen Jamie get so mad, him take his phone, and he be screaming because he's mad. And I'm like, look, it comes with the territory. He be beating that phone. Jamie's daggone hands is like this big. So he's big nubby fingers like this right here. And he's sitting there and he's got a little phone, his phone like this. He's sitting there like boom, boom, beating on it and everything. He's trying to type out a word. And he's so mad. I'm like, oh my God. He's getting ready to break the phone or eat it. Literally. And he has broke a couple phones. So, you know, so if you guys do donate and you donate to us, some of it does go to cell phones. I'm not going to lie. We have to have certain phones. We have to have things because look how big he is. I'm not getting in between him and a phone. There's no way. No way. Because when he gets mad, he gets mad. I mean, he gets like, oh man, he's like Putin on like literally Vladimir Putin on steroids, literally. And you know, he may not know all the martial arts stuff, but what he don't know, he's got made up for power because he can take a phone and just crumble it. Especially if he's getting mad at a child predator, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So
one thing we are going to do to keep up with our name, Predator Hunter Nation, we are going to start being a little bit more aggressive toward these child predators. I mean, you know, these slapping on the wrist, it really don't help nothing. It's not going to help anything. It never will help anything. They're not going to learn their lesson from that. What's sad is I've seen 2 that we busted already. Back on it again. Could have hooked them again. What's going to be bad is when it does get hooked again, it's going to be really, really bad because the community is going to actually say, hey, this ain't doing nothing. Something's got to be done about this. These people here are actually preying on our children. And when that happens, well, it's going to come around. It's going to come around again. I've seen it with other predator companies. I've seen it happen. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it with other sting operations. I've seen people get hooked twice before. That shows you there, you know, it ain't their first time. I was going to do more of a comical sketch out of this, but guys, when you really break it down to it, there's nothing comedy about this. You know, we got to put a little bit of laughter chapter in it because it scars your brain. It really does. When you see some of the things we have to see and look at in order to achieve what we do, and what we go through with busting child predators and setting up certain sting operations, and when you actually see what it entails. So you guys are just on it from the viewer view of it. When you're actually in it, you're actually looking at it, and you're seeing like, whoa, and you're seeing from the first point, first person view about what these people are about. It's hard. It really is hard. It's hard, first off, to control your temper, especially if you have a real bad temper. I have a bad temper, but it's hard sometimes just to, because you think of the history and you think about what have they already done? Who have they harmed? How many others have they done this to? They're willing to take a child and secure the child's hands and feet. I mean, if they're going to do that, how far will they actually go? How far would they go? If they're going to do that, how many times, who, what, when, where, how? There's the five again. How many times have they done this before? Who have they done this to before? Think about the parents out there that don't know that this is happening to their kid. Oh, shh, it's our little secret. Shh. Think about that.
Get over here.
So you got to think about that, right here. Right here. Okay. So when you're thinking about that, you got to understand, you got to take that in consideration. Like, this has happened before, and you know it, and you can tell certain people. Look at the new car. So remember that, guys. Always plan ahead. That's the first thing you got to do when you're doing this. But we want you guys doing what we do. We're not charging nobody no money. We don't want to charge no money. Let me get right here. That way out. We would never do that. We want you to join with us. We want you in your community, whether it's a community watch. It could be a child predator hunter community watch. I mean, I like that, don't you? See, you're looking out for certain things. If you see something, say something. You always call law enforcement. I mean, I don't know how many times people message me. Oh, you don't call them. You don't even need law enforcement. Yeah, you always call law enforcement. I say that every time. But when you do, you always got to do something else too. I know that you ain't security guards, and I know that you have, but we have common sense, and we know we need. I'm going right here. I'm going right here. Right here. We need to get at least 2 brothers tonight. I want that one for sure. We have to always remember, can you imagine if if 45% of the world, or just the United States, was doing this right here, what we're doing? Better would the place be? How much better would it be, literally? So think about that, guys. That's a lot for you guys to think about. And then just, it's a decision. It's really a decision on whether or not can you take that stand, Is it for everybody? It should be for everybody. Anybody who lives and breathes and has a heart for children, this is what it should be for you guys. Much respect. God bless. And thank you guys.